Hello everyone! Welcome back to the Lavender Overhang, where you will notice that today's episode is a little bit different. That is because I forgot to unmute my mic when I was recording this, and I'm going to do you a voiceover today instead of our normal just play, because I was talking the whole entire time I played, explaining all sorts of fun things, and so you will note that my voice is not going to line up with some of those things. But in the last episode, we did get quite a bit done. We started on expanding our beaver population with that extra house. We did get in some of the floodgates up on top, and we were working on the others when we got interrupted. But it is helping. We aren't getting quite as much bad tide coming down on our heads here today. We're going to go to 3 times speed for today's playthrough. And we're probably going to work on these dams here as soon as we get into our wet season. We did lose like all of our crops down there, but we don't want our beavers walking through this path to do that. We did have our berry storage is almost full, and we do still have some berry bushes here that are not going to die off within the time we have left in the 4 days left of this period. Some over here as well. We did get that water pump up there in on the last one too, so that has expanded our water pumping abilities. We do have quite a few logs. They are chopping away up there, and our plank storage is almost full again. Our water storage is looking good, and we did get this blocked off last episode. So that is looking good as well. Probably should have not done that in favor of the dams on the other side, but hey, I think we're doing all right. We do have quite a bit of food, quite a bit of water, and I'm thinking that we'll come down here at some point and we will block this off to create a little bit more of a reservoir up in here for this bottom water pump. We've got the blockages here that are creating that little well now, but I think if we just pull that out a little further, make it too tall, and get some too tall floodgates for the ends, just in case we ever get some bad water in there, we'd be able to flush that pretty easily if we just come straight across there. I'm not quite certain what I said there, but we will certainly get in these floodgates as soon as the wet period comes in, and our storage is looking great. We have 1,500 food, little light on the water. We're 500 water. We do only have 2 days left in this bad tide though, so we've got enough water for what we need right now to make it to there. We still have a lot of lumber up here that we can get into cutting. I think we might put in at some point a fluid dump, and this will be the area that we farm for trees. I'm not quite certain. We will have to wait for dynamite for that though, in order to get a fluid dump in, unless we can figure out a way to build up this corner and put in the fluid dump there. We do have to worry about bad tide creeping into that area though when it's running. Lots of water, but I forgot to mark these for storage. It's hard to tell which one is the water and which one is the regular warehouse that's hiding underneath of there. I did have someone tell me that if we put these on empty, then they will stop flashing at us. So we're going to go ahead and do that and kind of get that out of our eyeballs. Make that flashing stop happening. We have them hidden all along here as cheese for our things, so it does mean we're going to have to suss them out a little bit here. One more right here. That should be all of them. Just waiting for them to make these so that then during the next wet period we can fill those up as well. There's still a little lumber over here, but not very much. Oh, there we go. Bad tide over. So we've got these guys cracking for carrots. Let's add another one to that so that we can try and get those carrots planted as quickly as possible. So hopefully we will be able to get them in before the next bad tide or drought. So we'll have to see, because theoretically we could have the next one start in 3 days. We're gonna go ahead and add in a second farmhouse. And yes, I do know, in hindsight, I forgot to turn on the water pumps. I think we will get to that in a second here. But we're gonna put in another farmhouse and a couple more storage over here so that we can expand the carrot farming area, considering that all of these berry bushes are dead. So we'll get that in just a second. And we don't need this guy anymore. And let's go ahead and get rid of these paths that were keeping the berry bushes from expanding over where we wanted to be able to plant carrots. And then we'll be able to fill that all in with carrots. That'll expand our ability to farm them quite a bit. All of that area. Good. I also forgot to turn these back on and open these to let more water in down below. Not a good thing. We're gonna need to get a ladder back in to get these available, be able to get to them. And here I realized that I forgot to turn on the water pumps. We're gonna have to steal one of these guys from here to staff that upper pump. But we'll go ahead and replace where we had berries die or trees taken out with some more carrots. And here we go. Our ladder is going back in. We'll get the priority kicked back up on the ladder and these items so that we can get those taken care of. It's a little easier to see. We don't have a ton of water storage over here by these other water pumps. Probably going to want to figure something out for that. Just going to flip that guy up to the top. Since there's no storage down there, they're basically just sitting on their butts. So we'll let him move up to the top ones and fill those storage tanks up. Oh, bad tide. All right, we're going to let these guys try and work on these. They're not working on them, though. Why aren't they working on them? We do have 3 builders. What are they working on? I'm not certain, but they're not working on the thing they're supposed to be working on. Oh, that's why. I forgot to put the path back. I don't understand why the ladders have to have a path put on top of them if they are connected to a path. That makes absolutely no sense to me at all. I love ladders to death, but that quirk just is so annoying. We did get the farmhouse in over there, so that's good. And I took one too many guys out of there when I did that. Okay. We need 2 in there. So we'll have to steal him from someplace else. Oh, we're kicking the poor beavers back to 20 hours because we kind of would like them to get as many of these floodgates done as possible. Pause that guy. That gives us an extra one to put into the farm so that we can try and gather as many of these carrots as we possibly can. We do have 14k food, so unless it's like a 30-day drought, we should be okay. We do have 15 beavers at the moment. So we should be okay with the food quantity we have. Water quantity, not quite so much. They are getting these in. We have 0.6 days, so I'm gonna have to destroy this ladder so they can't get to this in a second. Or we're gonna end up with a sick beaver. Trying to like inch this as long as we possibly can. Cutting it a little close on the water, I think. We didn't get full. Quick pause. Let's, we still have 1 beaver in there. Let's get these up. We'll close what we can. That will help to divert some of it. We've got 1 beaver who didn't quite make it out of the pool. The carrots were looking pretty good. We did get at least half of them out. I'm going to leave the water pumps to pump as long as we can. And I'm going to just pause these guys so they don't try and come get them as soon as I turn this on. We'll turn it on light. There we go. Pause it right away again. And let's get rid of that ladder so no one else tries to get down in there. Okay. Now let's see how many of these carrots they can get before they die due to the contamination. It's going pretty quickly. We apparently are still getting some water out of this because the pumps are still running. Oops, I forgot to set these for carrots. And we still have 3 guys in there. Oh, one of them, they moved over there. Oh, we still have carrots that are good, so probably wasn't a good idea to kick it down to 1. We'll split them between these 2. Because there's still some on the other side of the pole over here too that are good. I can't tell if this guy has stopped pumping because he doesn't have water or because his storage is all full. Maybe we should work on this down here while we have the time and the beavers are sitting on their tails since there's nothing else to build. If we come out like this, we can bring this across. And then if we can get those 2 tall floodgates, we'll stick those in the middle and they'll be able to hold more water up here in the top. Oops, wrong button. That guy's still pumping. This guy is not. So let's pause him. How are we doing down here? We do still have some berries, so we could put him here. He can get those before they dry. They won't dry out before our time right now, and we have plenty of storage space for them, so we'll let him pick those. This guy's no longer productive either, so we'll take him out. All of the carrots have died off now, so not much we can do there. He's still going. I don't know where he's getting water from, but he's still going. It's at 98% productivity. Gonna need a way down over here, so let's do a staircase. That will work out well. And they should be able to get all the way down to here with that, no problem. Now maybe we should think about some well-being items for our beavers. We are running just on food and housing and work, nothing else. So we probably should start looking at that. And it would be nice to be able to move that dam to the opening over there to hold more water up here, but that will be at a later point. we'd have to get down into the bad water there in order to make that work. And maybe we should switch those to floodgates. Maybe go down in the comments and tell me if you think that those levees should get turned into floodgates. We do have enough space and enough bad water coming out of here that we could probably put in some water wheels up here to expand our power system. We also probably should look into some windmills. And we could dam across here and use this area, build that up, and use that as a place to put more industry. I can turn them down now that we're not quite so frantic to get things harvested or water pumped. They don't need to be on DEFCON 8 all the time. Here we go. Let's put in a few well-being items. Let's do a campfire. That'll help our babies grow up faster. And then we probably should look into some showers. We could put a Lido over here at some point. We don't have the science points for that right now, but we should find some place to put in some showers. Get a couple more of these trees cleared out here so that we can plant some more carrots when we can. We'll juggle the flags to be able to get all of those. I'm gonna put the gear workshop over here, so oh, he's done. We can get rid of him and put him into the inventor because we need more science points. I'm not quite certain what I was saying there. Something probably about that being the reservoir. And if we mess with that too much, we would end up with our crops below not getting enough water. And let's get our water pumps going again. Not like last time where we accidentally left it until day 3. I really, really, really am missing the simple triggers mod. But it needs another mod to run. So we have to wait for that mod, and I believe that mod maker has said that he won't do it until they are done futzing with it. So let's get that ladder back in there and get these floodgates back open. And we should be able to finish these ones this time. They are doing really well down here with this. And we will get our double floodgates to stick there in the middle once we can. Anyone else realize that I forgot to put the path back on top of that ladder so they are not coming to do these? Because right there, that's where I realized it. Even though I just did that on the last. So hey, it is what it is. I won't go into the ladder rant again. We did kick them back up to 18 hours. Lots to do during the wet season. Lots and lots to do during the wet season. Let's see where we need to be for the water to start coming out there. That does divert the water down here, though, and stops our water wheel. So we might want to think about how we open those. It's going to take us a little bit of time to figure that out. Think we maybe put in a floodgate right there to help hold some water and separate the water from like water that will pump during droughts and bad tides and water that is used to hydrate our fields. Our floodgates here, we just need them to build this one and then we will be done with all of this stuff up here. That means that now we should be able to efficiently shunt the bad water away from our stuff, which is good. We won't have to have it run through our colony anymore unless we make a mistake and don't get our floodgates closed. It is a very low level right here, though. I mean, look at this. We go from 15 to 20 and it cuts off there. So we are full on our water storage up here. So why don't we add a little bit more? I can't wait until we have some gears so that we can make the medium tanks. That would help us out so much. Gonna go ahead and add in the floodgates down here as soon as we can. We don't have quite enough signs yet. Takes 250, but everything is coming along swimmingly here. Our carrot warehouses, unfortunately, are empty right now, but our crop field is coming in, so that is a big help. We will have plenty of place to put it when it comes. This guy is not flowing very well, and that means our power isn't doing very well. So I think we're gonna have to play around with these guys a little bit to figure out where the power is. Oh, drought. Okay, but that's a good thing because it means at least our crop fields won't die because we have all the water storage up top. And then it would be nice to be able to get these in, but we'll have to wait for the science for that. We're still only running on one inventor. And we've done all of this with just one inventor. So I guess that's a pretty good thing. I did not mark these with what they were supposed to be, so this guy is not pumping water up here. That's all right. We'll get it fixed. Hopefully we'll get these carrot storages full. One too far. We can see a little bit better that this guy over here, all of his storage is full, and we're gonna need to do something about that because I bet that those water pumps are not working because their storages are full. He spends more time running around. We're gonna go ahead and expand the carrot storage stack here in order to make it a little bit easier. I'm just gonna keep doing this. We need as much food stored up all of the time as we can. Wonder if there's some way we could put something in here that would keep the water from flowing down into this divot when it's fresh water, but it would need to have floodgates in it for us to make sure the bad water could still flow off. Well, that'll have to be a later think about thing. Our power isn't doing very well here, so I think we're going to need to think about which ones of these we need to have open and which ones we don't in order to make sure that we'll be able to fit our gear shop in here once we have the science for it. But we now have the science for the double floodgate, so we'll probably put that in as soon as we can. Get that in there, and then that will let us hold 2 levels of water right in there. And yeah, I was not quick enough right there or paying attention a little bit earlier to get the water storage gate up. So that was kind of a fail for this round. I don't think we want to let this guy pump during dry periods because he is pumping directly out of the reservoir that feeds all of our crop fields. So I think we'll have to shut him down so that he doesn't pump up the water we need. If we absolutely need to, we can open him back up, but I think for right now we're going to have to shut him down. Let's flip on the power wheel so we can keep making planks for all the things we're working on. They're working on both of the storage over here, and they are working on the dam area down there. So we're really kind of at the point where it's like they just need to keep working. Keep working, beavers, keep working. We could get somebody down here to pick these berries. Do we have... Yep, we have space left. Lumberjack flag is chopping all of this area over here. We probably want to do a forester up here as well and start planting some trees. Yeah, we still have a lot left up here, but if we could get some growing when we can get them to grow, we should probably try to do that. Most of this, I think we want to be faster growing pine trees so that they have a better chance of getting most of the way grown before bad tide hits. We will try some oaks, but I don't know that we're going to be able to get them to grow fast enough. We'll flip that gatherer to this down here since there are berries to pick down there. And then let's finish up planting these trees. There's a lot of them over here. So we should have wood for quite a while without a problem. We could put a water pump into this, but once again, that pumps out of our reservoir. So I don't think we want to chance drying up our reservoir and having our water crops, our crops below, run out of water. This guy's about to pump this dry. And look, they got our double floodgates in, so now when the next wet season comes through, we'll be able to hold more water up here. Very good, very nice. This guy will set at 0.5 and see if that makes us flood. If it makes us flood, that wouldn't be good. So we'll have to do a little testing on that. Same with these guys. I'm thinking we might be able to close 2 sets and have the farthest to the right set going, but we'll have to see when the water comes back. I would rather not shoot more water off the map than we have to. Thinking it's time for us to get some showers in. We have the science for it, just barely. So let's put some of them along here. We don't really have any other place for our beavers to get wet fur. We don't have any areas where they walk down into the water or anything like that now that they're done with this up here on top. So let's get some showers in. All right, so I think we're looking pretty good here. Gonna go ahead and try and put another dam in here. We'll see if it works or if it floods us again. We're gonna need something to step on there because we won't be able to reach that. So let's do the cheese warehouse again and see if we can get that in. Also gonna take out this water pump and put in some more storage because we could use more over here so that this beaver isn't sitting on his butt when we are pumping. We'll just run them like that. All right, I think we are looking really good and we are surviving. I guess prioritizing food, water was the most important thing to do. We've got a lot of carrots and berries stacked up there. We've got a lot of water tanks, which I really do want to get a gear workshop in so that we could do that. I'd love to get some more well-being items in, but we just don't have the science for us now since we are running with just this one inventor's hut. We could change that, but it is one thing. We could come up here and block off some more space along in here so that we have more area to work, but that's gonna be a bit of a future thing. because we are at the point where we are going to need to be ending this episode for today. Everything is looking well. We didn't lose too many beavers today, although we did have a few just drop out because we had a whole bunch born at the same time. Oh, that one can get closed. Carrots are looking great. That water pump is done, so he can get shut off. We have 3 guys in the builder's hut, or in the district center. So let's send one of them over to the inventor's hut, because just realized we're not making any more science here. We do have lots and lots of food and water, way more than we need for our current less than 2 days to go. And I think, oh, we forgot path here. Let's put the path in. This is going to come down to where the gear workshop is. But I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. I hope you have enjoyed this particular episode. I know I'm sorry that you had to listen to me kind of like figure out what we had done in the middle of this episode, because I went to put in the music for it and realized that there was no sound. So I'm really sorry about that, but thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you hanging with me on this series. We did get some oaks planted up here, and because there's some water there, they are surviving. But anyways, I want to say thank you again for being here, and we will see you in the next one. I'm going to let you just watch as I finish up a few things here at the end. All right? We'll see you next time. Bye.